Hey guys, welcome back to another blockchain news video. Today we're going to be covering some of the news that came over the weekend. There wasn't really a lot for Saturday, so that's why I waited to make this next video. And right now we have some interesting articles to go over. But first things first, we have Bitcoin currently at 8636. So it's up about 3.5%. Ethereum on the upside also about plus 4%, 167 on the price. XRP 23 cents, almost up 3.6%. Bitcoin Cash $361, up almost 16%. And we have Bitcoin SV at 282, up 7.16%. So seems like a pretty decent rally here in the top 5 to start off Monday. So let's get right into the news. First up, we have user retention, the holy grail for dApps moving beyond buzzword status. So in 2019, we saw a lot of projects that came out with dApps and they were able to get new users to jump in and use their applications. But you know, the issue has been really keeping those users to keep coming back to those applications. So dApp projects in 2019 continue to suffer from their usual issues, like poor user retention and the difficulties of navigating user interfaces, among others. So, you know, the dApps are still very complex and they don't simplify things for users to feel like they want to use the applications again. However, the 2019 dApp market performance did throw up some positives, with decentralized finance, focused platforms, and non-fungible tokens rising to some prominence within the broader ecosystem. So we did see NFTs become a big thing, right? Especially in the gaming community, people want to be able to trade items, right? And make those items not, you know, be unique. That's the real big thing with NFTs. So also we did see decentralized finance, you know, continues to get bigger year over year. Right now, the dApp market overview for 2019 shows Ethereum with the top active users and actually the most total users also. So right now, about 1129 for active dApps, and second to Ethereum in active dApps is Tron, and then EOS. Tron and EOS are right around the same number, 482 for Tron and 479 for EOS. We did see an application for EOS that did bring the transaction volume to be quite high compared to the other blockchains, and that was due to a dApp called ADOS, and it actually accounted for almost 95% of all transactions on the EOS network, and it actually ended up clogging the EOS main chain. So that's caused a lot of issues, I'd say, in the main EOS chain, but I know they're working things out. You know, just like any new chain, they're going to run into unforeseen issues and they're going to resolve them with time. So in regards to user retention, the number of active dApps users in 2019 has doubled compared to 2018, from 1.48 million to 3.11 million. There are 2.77 million new users who experienced decentralized apps. User retention is still a problem for dApps. There are only 348,000 old users remaining active in 2019, and that's accounting for 11% of all active users. So that goes to show how many people are remaining. And of course, when we look at centralized apps, so we got to think about, why are people coming back, right? Why do you and I still use some of these centralized apps? And it's probably just for the ease of use. It's not so much because we're looking at monetary incentives and stuff like that. And once the dApp ecosystem begins to move in that direction, we will see more users, more people within the dApp ecosystem. So I found this article pretty interesting to keep in mind how we can keep building our community. Next up, we do have Digital Courts Trial, Decentralized Justice, Real World Ways Verdict. So I found this pretty interesting. Basically, Kleros, a blockchain dispute resolution system, is already operational, and it has sparked heavy debate around blockchain tech and its application in the legal space. In February, Claros will be joined by another platform called Aragon Court. The Decentralized Court falls under the umbrella of Aragon Association's decentralized platform that enables users to create a variety of organizations and companies. Users can manage a variety of aspects of organizations, from management to voting and finance. So something pretty cool that was mentioned in this article was how they're using this article to, decentralize the concept of courts, right? Instead of having traditional courts, you'd have this gamified system where jurors would vote on a ruling, and they would also kind of vote on what vote is most likely to do well. So there is stake, right? There's tokens that are called ANJ, and these tokens are the platform's native token. But long story short, these the main issue that some of the traditional they did consult with a corporate lawyer from the US, and they said that one of the biggest issues is that people are going to go for the safest bet will always be to vote with what you think is the majority decision. So ultimately, that's not justice, but populism, right? So that's one of the setbacks of this concept, but it is interesting to see another use case here for blockchain. So that'll be interesting to see how it plays out. So next up, we do have the NBA Sacramento Kings also getting involved with a concept of live auction bidding marketplace that's built on Ethereum. Essentially, the team will offer official game-worn merchandise to their fans. The project is a collaboration between the team Consensus and Triumph. So the platform will leverage blockchain tech to create a proof of ownership for auction winners. To accomplish this, the auctioned item will have a digital twin written on the Ethereum blockchain, which will be accessible through the Triumph wallet. So we kind of saw a concept for luxury items in my previous video with another company called Rebonds. But the cool thing is just to see, right, the sports, the NBA Sacramento Kings team get involved with this. And depending on how it goes, they're going to have, an NFT, a non-fungible token, similar to what you can see in CryptoKitties and whatnot. And they're going to run these live auctions, right? And depending on how it goes, they may keep going and doing it. So the first one is going to take place on January 29th. So that's actually right around the corner here in about 2 days or so. So you guys can look forward to that. Next up, we have Binance is pledging 1.5 million for coronavirus victims. They wanted to lead because right now there's thousands of people that are infected, and 56 deaths have been claimed in China as of time of this article's writing. So concern grows as the epidemic spreads all over the world. Indeed, confirmed cases of people infected are reported in Europe, the Americas, and other regions of the world. So that's good to see Binance just kind of take lead, right? That works in both ways. First, to obviously help the community, but second, get their name out there as supportive of things that happen around the world, right? So that's big. Next up, we have some big news here that I did want to cover. It states Dubai launching Crypto Valley in tax-free zone. A Dubai government authority has announced that it is launching a crypto valley in the country's free zone. There is no personal or corporate income tax. With the help of its partners from the Swiss Crypto Valley, Dubai will offer a variety of services such as incubation for startups, co-working facilities, blockchain training, education, events, mentoring, and funding. So the gist of this entire article, and they got a lot more information on who's involved and whatnot, but it was established in 2002. DMCC aims to enhance commodity trade flows through the country. Its free zone offers a range of benefits, including 0% personal and corporate income tax, right? So members can also remit all profits made back to their home countries without restriction. So that was pretty interesting to see how they're gonna get this initiative going for crypto, because they want to see more innovation in the space. They don't want people to be hindered by fear of taxes and whatnot. So right now they have Core Ledger, Enacta, Likey, and Tezos, which are already active in the MENA region. So that's pretty cool. Let's keep expanding out there, especially with 0% tax, right? Next up, we have Indian Prime Minister Modi awards young entrepreneur for cryptocurrency app. So basically, this is the Prime Minister of India, gave out an award for a creator of a crypto app. The cryptocurrency app basically just kind of is a price tracker, a portfolio management and price tracking tool for cryptos. And it was an 18-year-old by the name of Aurora, and she received the award. So that's pretty cool to see people out there just working on crypto applications, right? Even 18-year-olds, so young. She stated that she had created it on and launched it on January 2018. And then it was later acquired by Redwood City Ventures. And then the app received a lot of positive feedback from the crypto community and got thousands of paid downloads in the first 24 hours of launch, which led it to become the #2 app in the finance category of the App Store. So that's pretty cool. The application does host over 1,000 cryptos from over 18 exchanges in 32 fiat currencies. So users can create time-based alerts to get prices of a coin as a push notification regularly or at a specific time. They can also create price thresholds, threshold-based alerts to get notifications when the price of a certain coin drops, rises, or changes. So quite a lot in that application, right, to take advantage of. And again, congratulations to the winner of this award. But it's a big thing to see it come from India, because we did see that India wanted to attract more blockchain innovation, but they were worried about the whole cryptocurrency space. But hey, the award goes to a creator of a crypto app. Next up, we have data shows 25 billion worth of Bitcoin and Ether held by 7 crypto exchanges. So we had the second annual Proof of Keys Day take place on January 3rd. And there was actually, people were expecting to see people withdraw from centralized exchanges, and it actually increased right after that day. So it's kind of crazy that in total, we as people, we are holding $25 billion in cryptocurrency on exchanges, and that's something to make note of, right? How much people hold in a cryptocurrency exchange. You want to be careful because centralized exchanges can get hacked, right? And then that's a whole issue with you losing your cryptocurrency. So the top 7 are Coinbase, Huobi Global, Binance, Bitfinex, BitMEX, Bitstamp, and Kraken. So Coinbase is leading by at 8.57 billion, and the second one is Huobi at 4.34 billion, and they kind of stack relatively 1 billion less from that ranking onward. So there's quite a lot of money on exchanges, and I figured I'd let you guys know on that one. Next up, we have Litecoin founder Charlie Lee proposes minor donations. This is we're seeing this news after the Bitcoin Cash 12.5%, I believe, was what they were trying to push for. But Charlie Lee is saying a 1% donation of the block reward to fund Litecoin's development would be great to fund other initiatives that are currently not being funded. The community did respond. They did not like that. They did not like that, mining is a voluntary activity. It's unrestricted, and they don't feel like miners should be taking part, their rewards be taken out of their hard work. And that would cause more discontent in the community. And this only comes after, like I said, the whole 12.5% miner tax that Bitcoin Cash is trying to push forward. That's also going to depend on what the community wants, but that is kind of frustrating to see these concepts of taxes, right, with the cryptocurrencies, where now you're not only just thinking about having to pay a percentage out to your government, right, your country, But also now you have to worry about, hey, if I'm mining, I might have to give out a percentage, whether it's Bitcoin Cash or potentially Litecoin. So next up, we have Iran issues more than 1,000 cryptocurrency mining licenses. So we saw previously that Iran did ban mining, but essentially they're just giving out licenses for cryptocurrency mining. And the big thing here is that they're using it to tax these investors and these miners for high electricity. And that's currently causing a lot of the smaller investors to stay away. It's kind of, it sucks, because countries get involved and you think they're gonna push it in a certain way where it is gonna benefit their community and it's gonna cause more growth. But, some countries just want to look for a quick dollar. And that's what I think it's happening here. High electricity tariffs plus stringent regulations have made the sector less appealing for small investors. And if you don't have small investors pushing through on the innovation side and the economic side, you're not really going to be able to hold well as a country as a whole. So interesting to see that from Iran. Next up, we do have regulating Bitcoin. WEF 2020 announced a global consortium for cryptocurrency governance. So this is kind of big news here, guys. Coming out of the WEF, they're announcing now that they're going to have this new consortium for digital currencies. And it will consist of financial institutions, government representatives, academics, international organizations, leading companies, technical experts, non-government organizations, and members of the forum's communities on a global level. The report indicates that if digital currencies are to receive proper financial inclusion, they need to be paired with good governance. Therefore, the consortium's purpose will be to establish a framework of regulations by implementing innovative approaches. To achieve their goal, the participants will use efficiency, speed, interoperability, inclusivity, and transparency. The consortium will work with both the public and the private sectors to explore the presented opportunities. So this is very big here in 2020 already, for them to announce such a serious group of people getting together to really figure out how cryptos should be governed, how they should be treated. It's at a global scale is a very big deal. So I think that is good for the overall acceptance and spread of cryptocurrency, because if groups like this are starting to convene, then that means that the governments are taking cryptocurrencies very seriously. So next up, we do have growing number of banks are introducing negative interest rates. Right now, the big one on this article was Germany. So now the world's fourth most powerful economy by GDP maintains the negative rates trend this year as well. So it's pretty, it's tough, right? To see these great countries and their banks giving out negative interest rates. And all that really means is that instead of you receiving interest income on your cash deposits, these banking institutions are going to charge a fee for storing your money. So think about that, right? And a lot of people are thinking, well, is Bitcoin now a real store of value, right? Versus these banks keeping your money there and whatnot. So pretty interesting to see that Germany is back in the situation this year, and we will continue to monitor and see what other countries might pop up with the same situations. Next up, we do have the leading cryptocurrency derivatives exchange launching XRP swaps. So they did announce that the new derivative will be launched on February 5th, 2020, and that's coming from BitMEX. They're going to allow XRP USD without having to deposit US dollars. While the price of XRP will be tracked using USD, a third foreign currency will be used to settle the contract at a particular interest rate. So that's pretty interesting. At the start of the new year, Binance Futures launched perpetual futures contracts for XRP, which are tradable against the USDT and give speculators up to 75x leverage. So that's a lot of leverage. It's a very easy way to lose all your money. So not financial advice, but if you're using any of these platforms and you're trying to trade with leverage, that can, you know, a 75x leverage is insane. So yeah, do your research and don't get involved into anything too crazy, right? NASDAQ is looking at Bitcoin futures, says CEO Adena Friedman. So we had the ICE get involved with through Backed, right, with Bitcoin futures and all that good stuff. And now the NASDAQ CEO is looking at it also. Their biggest things are they want to create a product that is unique. They don't just want to come in and copy what is currently in the market. And they also want to be prepared from a risk management perspective. The CEO did state that digital currencies and cryptos have a huge role in the global economy. The question is if they will actually mature to a state of transferring goods, right? And that's where we're at right now with cryptos. I think a lot of people just do the whole hodling, right? We're all essentially holding on to these cryptos, hoping for the next bull run to take off and, you know, see growth in our valuations of our cryptos currently. So I think eventually cryptos do need to move more to you know, how are people spending them to get goods and all that good stuff for them to remain in the space. But it's good to see the NASDAQ looking to get involved here with Bitcoin futures. Next up, we do have some interesting comments regarding the difficulty of Bitcoin, and it's mirroring the same as the previous halving cycle. So it looks like right now it's perfectly on track with the 2016 halving, and it is being said that this is a strong reason to believe that there will be no minor capitulation. So that's going to be interesting to see that right now people are saying as much as 100,000 for Bitcoin by the end of 2020 or before 2021, and about 50,000 is a more conservative number for Bitcoin. And it's supposed to just honestly happen, because if the halving takes place and the Bitcoin price doesn't move up, then it simply gets invalidated, right? Like, it wouldn't make any sense according to the current charts and how it's mirroring the 2016 halving. So let's see. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. This one was a lot shorter. You know, the weekend was didn't have a lot of big news going, but I'm happy we covered the Dubai 0% personal income tax, right? We had some articles that were pretty interesting. So if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and click the like button. You can sub to the channel for more blockchain news. I'm trying to keep these going throughout the week, Monday through Friday, at least consistently for you guys, so you can get the big news. And I'll see you guys on the next one.